Benita, Bhavishya,
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra,
Present, ma'am.
Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Deepika,
Present, ma'am.
Murli Krishna,
Present, ma'am.
Arshit,
Present, ma'am.
Kishore.
Present, ma'am.
Yesterday, sir, absent. Manjunath,
Yes, ma'am.
Nayana,
Yes, ma'am.
yesterday absent. Nilanjan, Nishant,
Present, ma'am.
Rajeshwari,
Present, ma'am.
Ramya,
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi,
Present, ma'am.
Srinivas,
Present, ma'am.
Sunil,
Present, ma'am.
Latecomer Sambarish,
Yes, ma'am.
Anu, Benita.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So what is phishing we have seen. So in this, they have given very good 10 ways of phishing. First one is keep informed about phishing techniques. So new phishing scams are being developed all the time. Without staying on top of these new phishing techniques, you could inadvertently fall prey to one. Keep your eye peeled for new phishing scams. By finding out about these early as possible, you will be much lower risk of getting snared by one. For IT administrator, ongoing security awareness training and the simulated phishing for all users is highly recommended in keeping security top of the mind throughout the organization. Think before you click. So that's whatever mails you get, whatever messages you get, before you click on anything, you please check once. That's what your second phishing second point says to us. Think before you click. It's fine to click on a link when you're on a trusted site. So that's what you should know, whether it is a trusted site or it is a fake site. Then check whether if it is a trusted site, then you can click. If it is a fraud or a phishing site, then you just please check before you click. So click on links that appears in random emails and instant messages. However, this is much smart over however your link that you are ensuring of before clicking on them. Do that lead, whether they are supported to lead. A phishing email may claim to be from a legitimate company, and when you click the link on the website, it may look exactly like the real website. The email may ask you to fill in the information, but the email may not contain your name. Most phishing emails will start with the dear customers, so you should be alert when you come across these emails. When in doubt, go directly to the source rather than clicking a potentially dangerous link. Install and anti-phishing toolbar. Most popular internet browser can be utilized with anti-phishing toolbars. Such toolbars run quickly, checking on the sites that you are visiting and comparing them to the list of known phishing sites. If you stumble upon a malicious site, the toolbar will alert you about it. So this is just one more layer of protecting against phishing scams, and it is completely free. So that's what here it is very good thing. Install an antivirus phishing toolbar, which is it is completely free, where you can use it. Verify site security. It's a natural to a little worry about supplying sensitive financial information online, as long as you are on a secure website. However, you should not run into any trouble. Before submitting any information, make sure the site URLs begin with HTTP, and there should be closed lock icon near the address bar. Check for the site security certificates as well. If you get a message stating a certain websites may contain more malicious files, do not open the websites. Never download the files from suspicious mails or websites. Even search engine may show certain links which may lead user to a phishing web page which offers low cost products. If the user makes purchase at such a websites, the credit card details will be accessed by uh, cyber criminals. Checking your online account regularly. If you don't visit an online account on your for a while, someone would have filed a day with it. Even if you don't technically need it, but check it with each of your online accounts on a regular basis. Get into the habit of changing your passwords regularly too. So prevent banking phishing and credit card phishing scams. You should personally check your statement regularly. Get monthly statement of your financial accounts and check each and every entry carefully to ensure no fraudulent transaction have been made without your knowledge. Keep your browser up to date. Security patch are released for popular browsers at the time. They are released in response to the security loopholes that phishers and other hackers inevitably discover and exploit. If you typically ignore a message about updating your browser, stop. The minute an update is available, download and install it. User firewalls. High quality firewalls act as a buffer before you and your computer and outside introducer. You should use two different kinds: desktop firewall and a network firewall. The first option is a type of software, and the second option is a type of hardware. When used together, they drastically reduce the odds of hackers and phishers infiltrating your computer on your network. Beware of pop-ups. Pop-up windows open masquerader as legitimate component of websites. All too often, though they are phishing attempts, many popular browsers allow you to block pop-ups. You can allow them on a case-by-case basis. If one manages to slip through the crackers, don't click on the cancel button. Such buttons often leads to phishing sites. Instead, click on small star closing button, the upper corner of the window. Never give your personal information uh, uh, never give your personal information. As a regular general user, you should never share personal or financial sensitive information over the internet. This rules spams all the way back to the days of American Online, when users had to be warned constantly due to the success of early phishing scams. When in doubt, go visit the main websites of the company in the questions. Get their number and give them call. Most of the phishing emails will directly direct you to page where entries for the financial or personal information required. An internet user should never make confidential entries through the link provided in the email. Never send an email with sensitive information to anyone. Make it a habit to check the address of the website. A secure website always starts with HTTPS. So what they say, when how do we trust it is a website, uh, uh, not phishing one, it's a original one, then it says that always all the website starts with HTTPS. Use antivirus software. There are plenty of reasons to use antivirus software. Special signature that are included with antivirus software guard against known technology workaround and loopholes. Just be sure to make your software up to date. New definitions are added at all the time, because new scams are also being dreamt up all the time. Anti-spyware and firewall settings should be used to prevent phishing attacks, and users should update the programs regularly. Firewall protection prevents access to malicious files by blocking the attacks. Antivirus software scans every file which comes through the internet of your computer. It helps to prevent damage to your computers. You don't have to live in fear of phishing scams. By keeping the preceding tips in mind, you should be able to enjoy very free online experience. So that's what here this says about how uh, the phishing can be done. So next, we have just started in the last class. The next chapter was mobile and wireless devices. So what cybercrime says to us? Cybercrime, how do we define? Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of a crime. Hacking, phishing, and spamming, or is used as a tool to commit an offense. So it may be child pornography, hate crimes. Cyber criminals may use computer technology to access personal information, business trade secrets, or use the internet for exploitation or malicious purposes. Criminals can also use computers for communication and document or data storage. Criminals who prefer these illegal activities are often referred to as hackers. Cybercrime may also refer to as a computer crimes. So we can see how the mobile, wireless device and handheld devices are used. So laptops with wireless access we use, desktop PCs with wireless access, then standard laptops we use. So the standard PDA we use, standard phones we use. So all these mobile, handheld device, or all these are wireless devices. So personal digital assistance is also used to check out how the how it can be used. The same way, mobile devices we use, wireless devices we use, handheld devices. So handheld devices, smartwatch. There are so many handheld devices which we use. So what is a portable computer? It's a general purpose computer that can be easily moved from one place to another, but can be used while in transit, usually because it requires some sitting up and an AC power source. Then what is a tablet PC? It lacks a keyboard, is shaped like a slate or a paper notebook, and has features of touch screen with a stylish and handwritten recognition software. Tablets may not be best suited for applications requiring a physical keyboard for typing, but are otherwise capable of carrying out most tasks that an ordinary laptop could be able to perform. So what's the difference between an ordinary laptop and a tablet PC? So lack of keyboard, only the keyboard will not be there. It will be its shape will be like a slate which we were using in our kindergarten, or it is like a paper notebook and has the features of touchscreen with a stylish and handwriting recognition software. Uh, Tablet may not be suited for applications required for physical keyboard for typing. So tablet, when the tablet is may be used and when it is not required. So when you want something which you want to type, you definitely require a keyboard. Then that becomes a difficult. So then internet tablets, it is an internet application in the tablet form. Unlike a tablet PC, the internet tablet does not have much computing power and its application suite is limited. Also, it cannot replace a general purpose computer. The internet tablets typically feature an MP3 and video player, a web browser, a chat application, and a picture view. So these are the things which we see with the internet tablet. Then we have seen what is a PDA. PDA is a personal digital assistant. It is a small, usual pocket-sized computer with limited functionality. It is indeed to supplement and synchronize with with the desktop computer, giving access to contact, address book, notes, email, and other features. Ultra mobile PCs, it is full-fledged, full-feature PDA-sized computer running general purpose operating system. So then smartphone, it is a PDA with a integrated cell phone functionality. Current smartphones have a wide range of features and install application. A computer, it is a computing device installed in an automobile which operates as a wireless computer, sound system, and global positioning system, and DVD players. It also contains word processing software and its Bluetooth capability. Fly Fusion Pentop computer, it is a computing device with a sizable with the size and shape of the pen. It functions as a wireless utensil, MP3 player, language translator, digital storage device, and calculator. So these things can be used with the Fly Fusion Pentop. So in the same way, tend in mobile mobility. So why do we require this? You can see there are so many varieties of mobiles nowadays. There are so many companies which are manufacturing in different ways. So at least now we started, we are in a 4G, maybe in another some days we may get back to a 5G. So that's what here we can see mobile computing is now into a new era. So earlier they were using a 3G, which promises great varieties in the application and have highly improved usability as well as a speeder networking. iPhone from Apple and Google led Android phones are the best examples of a trend, and there are plenty of other developments that points in this direction. This smart mobile technology is rapidly gaining popularity, and attacks are among its biggest fans. So we can see here how the mobile types of mobiles, mobility, what are the different types of mobility and its applications. So user mobility, what is the different user interaction mode? So I want to interact, then we use a user mobility. Device mobility, smaller battery driven device, multiple heterogeneous networks, or often no network position becomes a parameters. Session mobility, issue in data distribution, service mobility, code mobility, distributed life cycle, management security is a strong issue. So that's what we can see here, mobility types and its applications. So first one, key findings for mobile computing security scenario. With usage experience, awareness of mobile users get enhanced. People continue to remain the weakest link for laptop security. Wireless connectivity does little to increase the burden of managing laptops. Laptop experience changes the view of starting a small handheld pilot. There is a navigator and or a negligent in a smart handheld securities. Rules rather than technology keep smart handheld using in the checking. So popular types of attacks against 3G mobile network: malware, viruses and worms, denial of service, overbilling attacks, spoof the policy development process, signal level attacks. So what we see here, spoofed policy development process. So that's what is called as a PDA, and even signal level attacks. So authentication of service, service security. There are two components of security in the mobile computing. One is security of device and security in network. So security, a secure network access involve mutual authentication between the device and the base station or a web server. So you can see how the connectivity will be safe. Then it is ensures that not only authenticated device but can be connected to the network for obtaining the required services. No malicious code can impersonate the service provider to trick the device into doing something it does not mean to. Thus, the network also play a crucial role in the security of mobile device. Some eminent kinds of attacks to which mobile devices are subjected to are push attacks, pull attacks, and crash attacks. Authentication service security is important. Important giving a typical attacks. A typical uh, attacks. Authentication service security is important, giving the typical attacks on the mobile device through wireless networks, DOS attacks, traffic analysis, eavesdropping, man in middle attacks, and session hacking. So these are some of the hacking things which we see how the mobiles are being hacked. So in the same way, cryptography security for mobile device, we'll discuss known as a cryptographically generated addresses, that is CGA. What is CGA? Cryptographically generated address. CGA is a Internet Protocol version 6. So we see that versions are increasing. So we were using IPv4, but now in cryptography security, they use a IPv6 that addresses up to 64 address bits that are generated by hashing owner's public key address. So the addresses the user uses is the corresponding private key to address to assert and address the ownership. So we can see here attackers launches a blended attack over rough and hawk networks. So it may be 802.11 or it may be Bluetooth or infrared. So the attackers can use any of these technology. So then pocket PC device reads email, Zoom installed worm propagator. So this DOS zombie floods enterprise server. So it can be directly attacked with the server, or it can be with the PCs, desktop PC, or contact list of victims. So it may be list of the victims what they want to see. So this is what is a push attack on the mobile device, and denial of services implies a distributed denial of service attacks. So next is a LDAP security for handheld mobile computing device is a software protocol for enabling enabling anyone to locate individual, organization, and other resources such as files and device on the network, that is on the public internet or on the organization intranet. In a network, a directory tells you where an entity is located in the network. So that's what your pull attack on the mobile device. So how the legitimate access point unaware of these attacks. ROG peer scan for the open port copies files from a pocket PC devices. So this is a pull attack on the mobile device. So then RSA security for mobile devices. RSA is an important I'm there, right? I just recheck whether the this is there or not. Connection. Yeah. RSA security for mobile devices. RSA is an important consideration for protecting the business sensitive data that may reside on the employee's mobile. In terms of cyber security, the mobile devices are sensitive. So then media player control security. Given the lifestyle of today's younger generation, it is quite common to expert them embracing the mobile handheld device as a means for information access. Remote working and entertainment. So music and video are the two important aspects in day-to-day aspects for the young generation. Given this, it is easy to appreciate how this can be a source of cybersecurity breach. Various leading software development organizations have been warning the user about the potential security on their mobile devices through musical gateways. There are many examples to show how a media player can turn out to be a source of threat to information held on the mobile device. For example, in the year 2002, Microsoft Corporation warned about this. According to this new items, Microsoft had warned people that a series of flaws in its Windows Media Player could allow a malicious hacker to hack people computer system and perform a variety of actions. According to this warning from Microsoft, in the most severe exploits of law, hacker could take owner over a computer system and perform any task and the computer's owner is allowed to do, such as opening a file or accessing certain parts of the network. So then network API security for mobile computing applications. With the advent of electronic e-commerce, that is e-commerce and its further offshoot into m-commerce, online payments are becoming a common phenomena, with the payment gateway accessed remotely and possibly wirelessly. With the advent of web service and their use in mobile computing application consideration, already there are organizations announcing the development of various APIs to enable software and hardware developer to write single applications that can be used to target multiple security platforms present in range of device such as mobile phones, portable media player, set-top box, and home gateway. Most of these developments are targeted especially at securing a range of embedded and consumer products, including those running OS such as Linux, Symbios, Microsoft Windows CE, and Microsoft Windows Mobile. The last three are the most commonly used OS for mobile devices. Technologically, developments such as these provide the ability to significantly improve cybersecurity of a wide range of customers as well as mobile devices. Providing a common software framework, APIs will become an important enabler of a new and higher value services. Attacks on mobile or cell phones. Mobile phone theft. Mobile phone have become an integral part of everybody's life, and mobile phones has transformed from being luxury to a bare necessity. Increase in the purchasing power and availability of numerous low cost handsets have also led to an increase in the mobile phone users. Theft of mobile phones has raised dramatically over the last few years. Many insurance companies have stopped offering mobile theft insurance due to a large number of false claims. The following factor contribute over a breakthrough of mobile devices. Enough target terminals. The first Palm OS virus was seen after a number of Palm OS devices related to 1.5 million. The first instance of a mobile virus was observed during June 2004, which was discovered that an organization or JAM had engineered an anti-piracy. Trojan virus is older version of their mobile phone game known as Mosquito. The virus sent SMS text message to the organization without the user's knowledge. Enough functionality, mobile devices are increasingly being equipped with the Office functionality and already carry critical data and applications, which are often protected insufficiently or not at all. The expanded functionality also increase the portability of malware. Uh, the following factors: enough connectivity. Uh, Enough for connectivity. Smartphones offer multiple communication options such as SMS, MMS, synchronization, Bluetooth, infrared, and wireless LAN area network connections. Therefore, unfortunately, the increased amount of freedom also offers more choice for viruses writers. Mobile viruses. A mobile virus is similar to a computer virus that targets mobile phone data or applications or software installed in it. Virus attacks on mobile device are no longer an exception of proof of concept nowadays. In total, 400 mobile viruses families and more than 300 mobile viruses have been identified. First mobile virus was identified in 2004, and it was the beginning to understand that mobile device can act as vector to enter the computer network. Mobile viruses get spread through two domain communication protocols, Bluetooth and MMS. A Bluetooth virus can easily spread with a distance of 10 to 30 meters through Bluetooth active phones. That is, if Bluetooth is always enabled into a mobile phone, whereas MMS virus can send a copy of itself to all the mobile users whose numbers are always in infected mobile phone address book. Following are some tips to protect a mobile from mobile malware attacks. Download or accept a program and content, including ringtones, games, video clipping, and photos, only from a trusted source. If a mobile is equipped with Bluetooth, turn it off or set it to non-discoverable mode whenever it uh, is not in use or not required to use. If a mobile is equipped with beam, that is IR, allowed to receive incoming beams only if the trusted source. Download and install antivirus software for the mobile. Then phishing is a combination of mobile phoning and phishing. Phishing attacks are attempt using mobile phone technology. M-commerce is a fast becoming a part of everyday life. If you use your mobile phones for purchasing goods or service and for banking, you could be more vulnerable to phishing scams. A typical phishing attackers uses call terms as a phishing or a messages known as a smishing. Attackers will pretend to be an employee from your bank or a other organization and will claim a need for your personal details. Attackers are very creative, and they could try to convince you with the different reasons why they need this information from you. Wishing is a criminal practice of using social engineering over the telephone system, most often using features facilitated by VOI to gain access to personal and financial information from the public for the purpose of financial reward. The term is a combination of voice and phishing. Phishing is usually used to steal credit card number and other related data used in ID theft schemes from the individuals. The most profitable users of the information gained through a phishing attacks include ID theft, purchasing luxury goods and services, transferring money or funds, monitoring the victim bank accounts, making applications for loan and a credit card. How phishing works: the criminal can intimate a phishing attacks using a variety of methods, each of which depends upon information gathered by the criminal, and criminals will to reach particular audience. Internet email, it is also called a phishing mails, mobile text messaging, voicemail, where victim is forced to call on the provided phone number. Once he or she listens to the voicemail, direct phone phone calls. Allowing these following are the steps details how to direct phone calls working. The criminal gather cell or mobile phone number located in a particular region and or steal a cell or a mobile phone number after accessing legitimate voice message company. The criminal often use a war dialer to call a phone number of people from a specific region, and that too mm, from a gathered list of phone numbers. When the victim answers the call, an automated record message is played to alert the victim that his or her credit card has had fraudulent activity and his or her bank account has been unusual activity. So when the victims call on a provident number, he or she is given automated instructions for to enter his or her credit card or a bank account details with the help of the phone keyboard. Once the victim enters details, the criminals either wishes has a necessary information where information to make the fraudulent uh, use of credit or access to the accounts what the information they wanted. Such uh, how we do how the things are. Okay. Such calls are often used to harvest additional details such as date of birth, credit card, expiry date, etc. Some of the example of wished calls when the victims call for a provident number after receiving phishing emails and or after listening voicemails are as follows. Automated messaging. Thank you for calling. Name of the local bank. Your business is important to us. To help you reach the correct perspective and answer your query fully, please press the appropriate number on your handset after listening to the opinion. Press 1 if you need to check your banking details and live balance. Press 2 if you wish to transfer the amount. Press 3 to unlock your online profile. Press 0 for any queries. Regarding of what the victim enters, example pressing the key, automated system prompts him to authenticate himself. The security of each customer is important to us. So to proceed further, we require that you authenticate your ID before proceeding. Please type your bank account number followed by pound symbol. So the victim enters his or her account number and here's the next prompt. Thank you. Please press your date of birth followed by the pound key. For example, if you start pressing all this, the caller enters his or her date of birth and again receives a prompt from the automated system. Then it will say thank you. Now please enter your PIN followed by the pound. So the caller enters the PIN and here's only last prompt from the system. Thank you. You will now transfer you to prominent representative. So, so how to protect from phishing attacks? Follow are some of the tips to protect oneself from a phishing attacks. Be suspicious about all unknown callers. Do not trust caller ID. It does not guarantee whether the caller is really coming from the number that is from the individual and or a company. Caller ID spoofing is easy. Be aware and ask questions in case someone is asking for your personal or financial information. Call them back. Report incidents. Smishing is a criminal offense conducted by using social engineering techniques similar to phishing. Name is derived from the word SMS phishing. So SMS, a short message service, is the text message communication component dominantly used in the mobile phones. To know how SMS can be abused by using different methods, different SMS can be abused by using different methods and techniques others than information gathering under the privacy. So I'll just stop here. So before I stop, we see what we have done. We have started with a fourth unit, that is mobile and wireless devices and handheld devices. And we have seen what is a portable computer, what is tablet PC, what is internet tablet, what is a PDA, personal digital assistants, ultra mobile PC, smartphones, computer, fly fusion pentop computer. Then the trends in the mobility, so how the mobility working and its applications. Then key findings for mobile computing security scenario. Then popular types of attacks against 3G mobile. Then authentication service security. So then cryptography security for mobile device. So then LDAP security for handheld mobile computing device. Then RAS security for mobile device, the media player control security, network API security for mobile computing applications, attacks on mobile or a cell phones. The following factors contribute for the outbreak of mobile devices. Then mobile viruses. Following are some of the tips to protect mobile from your mobile malware attacks. Maybe phishing, then how phishing works, how it is working, and automated messages how we can send. Then how to protect from phishing attacks. Then smishing, how to protect from phishing. So we'll stop here and we'll see how the hackathon, Bluetooth, how all these are working, how it can be protected in our next class. Oh, thank you.